we would like to welcome Detroit's own Jerel Duren to the City Talk Video Magazine Studios. Woo, woo, woo. All right, now. Look, how did you begin your career in the music industry?
My career in the music industry began in church. Mama wasn't having it. Every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, whatever day is it. But that's how I began music. That's how I got my start in music in church.
How would you describe your style of music?
I guess my style of music is definitely R&B. I think it's a fusion of contemporary and traditional R&B. So I think that's what I would call it, but definitely R&B.
Okay. Being a songwriter, how do you get your inspiration to write?
My inspiration to write comes from real life experiences, comes from things that I've been through, things that people around me have been through. Those are the easiest things to talk about, the things that you know about. So that's where my inspiration comes from.
Okay. How do you feel Detroit is representing now in the music industry?
Detroit is doing a lot of great things, man. There might not be as many people as we would like on the main stage, the mainstream. You got Sean, you got Dej. Outside of rap, you got people like Kim. But there are so many writers, musicians. I don't think I've ever been to a concert with a live band and there hasn't been at least one person in the band from Detroit. So people in Detroit are always hustling, always grinding. So that's what the city is about. So we out here.
Okay. What sets your style of music apart from current Detroit artists?
Well, right now I don't know too many guys out here singing. Everybody's rapping, man. Rap is the mainstream right now. So I'm holding it down for the fellas. I'm a singer, songwriter, so that's what I'm doing, man. I think that's what sets me apart right now.
Okay. What was your most memorable entertainment experience?
My most memorable entertainment experience. Let's see. Uh, One of them will have to be. I can't think of one, but one of them will have to be this past year, I believe. Well, no, this year. We were in New York. I traveled with another Detroit artist. His name is Frank Simmons. He's a musician, producer, composer, and he put out an album last year, and we were doing some dates touring for his album. And we went to New York, and I'll never forget the feeling of having people in New York singing along to the songs that we wrote. You know what I mean? So that was pretty special. To be in another state completely and have people know the music that you're working on and recognize it and enjoy it and embrace it. So yeah, the love, exactly.
Tell us about your latest CD and what made you decide on this title for the album.
Yeah. My latest project, it's an EP. It's called Pyramid. Pyramid is 7 tracks. I sang and wrote every single track. It's called Pyramid because there isn't one thing for all of the songs. I wanted to talk about a lot of different things, so it's kind of a pyramid. So people who don't necessarily know me personally can get an idea of who I am by listening to the songs. Like I talk a little bit about love. I talk a little bit about relationships. I talk a little bit about the hustle, the grind of doing music and being someone who works in the music industry. I talk about political issues, the social climate right now, as far as being a black person in America. So that's the pyramid. So in pyramids they have different sectors, they have uh, different spaces. So this is my pyramid. This is what makes up who I am. So yeah.
Right. What's your favorite song?
Everybody's been asking me that, and it changes. It changes from day to day, week to week. Right now, I think the song that I've been listening to the most, well, the song that I think is my favorite right now. This could change by the end of the interview, but I think I'll have to say "Paragolds." It's actually the last track. That'd be my favorite right now.
Okay. You got any artists or features on this album?
I don't have any features. There's one song called KPO, which stands for Keep Pushing On. I was talking about like political issues, so that song features a lot of my family and friends just talking about, you know, things like Black Lives Matter and some of the social issues that have occurred in recent history. So other than that, I don't really have any features. So it's just me singing. Y'all want to hear me singing? Man, this is the album to listen to.
Okay. You got any upcoming concert tours?
Yes, man. I've been working. I've been traveling, doing a lot of engagements. I've done New York. I've done Chicago. I just came back from Miami like 2 weeks ago, I think, maybe. But right now, we're actually getting ready for the Pyramid Live experience. It's going to be September 24th right here in Detroit. I've been a lot of places recently, so I'm super excited to be back home and doing the concert. Again, it's September 24th. The doors open at 7:30. It's at the Russell Industrial Center, also known as Russell's Bazaar, for people, for the locals, So it's going to be there in the Blind Spot Studios. I got a couple friends coming from out of town. One guy, his name is Adam Ness. He's from here. He lives in New York. He lives in Chicago right now. He'll be back home in town for the show. Another friend of mine, her name is Music Reloaded. She'll be here. She's from Chicago and she'll be here. They both have projects out, so I'm excited. I'm excited to bring some really good music to Detroit, man.
Okay, are you involved in any Detroit community projects at the moment?
I am nothing full time, but I've done things like let's see, I've done things with Blanket Detroit. I'm involved with my alumni chapter. I graduated from Central State University, so when the alumni chapter is doing some things, HBCU love. When they're doing some things, I'm involved with them. I'm a trained Red Cross volunteer, so I try to be civically engaged as much as possible.
Okay. With all the different genres that we have right now, how do you feel about hip hop artists rapping the gospel?
About hip hop artists rapping in gospel,
Yeah.
um, whatever meets the needs. The ministry is about meeting the needs of the people. So whatever is meeting the needs, if that's what you're looking for, if that's what you're listening to, then absolutely, I say do it. I mean, if you don't listen to a lot of singing, then why would you want to force somebody to try to listen to that? So whatever is meeting the needs of the people, I'm
Right.
for it.
How did you connect with Rnla and become her background singer?
That's my boss lady. I've been a fan of El Rene for like over 10 years now, for sure, over 10 years. My brother actually introduced me to her music, and I became one of her background singers because once I graduated from school, I came back home and I started gigging, started doing open mics, and my band, Late Nights, Early Mornings, we started doing some engagements and started gigging a lot. And she came to a couple shows and she really enjoyed what she heard, so she asked myself and my brother, will we sing background for her? And we said absolutely, and we've been gigging ever since. So yeah, that's the boss lady for sure.
Okay. What was your inspiration behind the track Better?
My inspiration for better. Does this have to be PG-13? No, I'm joking. But I talked a little bit about me, about Pyramid being like pieces of who I am. So sometimes I can be a little cocky. Sometimes I want to talk a little trash, especially if I'm out with my friends having a good time and I see a young lady who catches my eye. I might say something a little slick. So that was the motivation behind that.
Okay. What is the artist that influenced you? Like,
Some of the artists that influenced me, I'm a huge Stevie Wonder fan, like huge. He's been one of my biggest inspirations.
okay.
That's why I was just telling somebody the other day. I think if something happened to Stevie Wonder, somebody call and check on me, make sure I'm aware and in a safe place because I don't need any issues. When something happened to Stevie, I just don't like it. But Stevie, John Legend, he's a huge inspiration. I remember his first album, Get Lifted, came out, and I was listening. I'm like, he sounds like me. Like he's not a tenor singing at the top of his lungs like everybody else at the time. Seemed like how they sounded. Other than that, Tank is a big one. He's a church boy singing secular music. So no, I think those probably be my top three though.
Okay. What advice would you give musicians coming up now to get into the industry?
Advice? I don't know. I'm looking for some advice. No, believe in what you do. Uh, you have to believe it first before anybody will buy into what you're trying to do. Once you know what it is that you want to do, completely buy into it. Buy into it with your time, buy into it with your finances, buy into it with your resources. You'll be surprised how much you can get done with what you already have. Start there. Start with what you have and get done as much as possible with the resources that you already have. And then you'll be surprised what will open up and what things will start to, how the ball will start to roll once you begin to move on your own. So yeah, that would be my advice.
Okay. City Talk is all about uplifting and showing the positive side of Detroit. With all the
Absolutely.
negative press and publicity surrounding the city, what inspiration do you have, for the people that's, just lost in the city?
I would say the same thing, man. Detroit is a city. Known for the players and the hustlers, man. So I would encourage people just to continue to work, continue to do the best that you know how to do to help somebody else. No man is an island. Nobody makes it to wherever they're going by themselves. So be willing to lend a hand. Also be willing to be a helping hand. And be able to accept that help from somebody else. We're a community. We got to help each other, man. So that's what I want to say. Don't be afraid to help people. Don't be afraid to accept help. And let's get it. Detroit versus everybody.
Right. So you got an upcoming project on the 24th at the Blind Spot. Tell us.
Yes, it's the Pyramid Live experience. I'm gonna be performing live with my band for the first time. I've been doing some engagements, but this is gonna be my first time with my band doing songs from my EP with some of my friends. I'm excited. It's going to be an amazing show. We got some great things coming up. We got some very special artisans who are going to be selling some things. We got some fantastic artists, like I talked about before, and it's going to be a great night of live music. It's going down right here in Detroit. So you hear people say sometimes, like, there's nothing going on. There's always something going on. You just got to keep your ears open, keep your eyes open, and we want to see y'all at the 24th for the Pyramid Live experience.
Right. So how can the people get the tickets to the show?
Oh, tickets. Tickets are available now. Available now. No, tickets are available now. You can go to my website. My website is jerelmusic.com, www.jerelmusic.com. It's jerelmusic.com. If you click at the top, there will be a button that says live, and there will be a link and information about the concert. And you can get tickets on Neptix. So if you go to Neptix and look up Detroit, Michigan, the Pyramid Live experience, you'll be able to find tickets.
What is the cost?
Early bird tickets are on sale now for $10. Only $10. Y'all supposed to say that with me. Tickets are on sale for only $10. General admission tickets are $15. So go ahead and get those now. Buy them up. Support. We need it. We appreciate it. JerelMusic.com. Get your tickets now.